sounds like weeping. It so beautifully communicates that suffering that we can't put in words. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. I've got a special request for you that I want to look into and share with you. A big shout out today goes to Nicole, to Queen Survivor, for your support. Thank you, and for your request. I want to check out a special artist today named 15th Bend and his song Reach. Now, Queen Survivor let me know that this song is very special because she lost her grandson, and her daughter is still hurting a lot because of that loss. And this song and this artist has been helping them to begin that healing. And his newest song, Reach, was inspired by and was created with them in mind, with people like her daughter and herself, who've lost one so young. This request stood out to me because, for one, I'm intrigued by what the song is going to be about, but also because I can relate to that pain. I lost a baby myself, my first daughter. Halfway through the pregnancy, I lost her, stillbirth, and it was a very dark season in my life. My heart goes out to both Queen Survivor, her daughter, and to that pain they're going through. It's an unbearable pain that cannot be put in words. And I know many of you can relate to it. You've lost a loved one, you've lost a child or a spouse. And I hope that this song touches you. I don't know what it's about or what it's going to sound like. It says progressive rock instrumental, but we'll see. Let's check it out together. And make sure to go check out the link below and subscribe to this artist so we can encourage him and bring some spotlight to his work and his channel. The description says, this song is dedicated to my friends that have experienced the most painful thing a parent or grandparent can experience. My music may never fill that void, but I hope it provides them some comfort and the feeling of reaching out to their angels in heaven. May they find solace in knowing they will one day be reunited. Wow. Okay, let's listen together. Wow. Okay, real quick, this footage, this music video is beautiful. The way this is done is just very artistic. Going from a mother and her children and that more lighter feeling because of kids playing, sunshine, colorful, to now grays and darker shades of color, a tombstone, a person sitting by the grave hurting. But even the way that the footage is changing, it almost looks like these kids are coming and going. She has someone in her lap and then she doesn't. There's a kid standing next to her and then it's not. Even here, this man looks like different people. And I feel like, to me, I'm interpreting that as this is so many people, so many different people, different faces, different men, different women who have lost someone, who are hurting. It could be any one of us. to keep listening in a second. I want to say something, though, that is standing out to me. The arrangement here and his guitar playing skills, the electric guitar here is a beautiful touch. The way that he's playing this electric guitar is so fitting to what this song is about and to the music video. It sounds, at times it sounds like crying, like wailing. The different chords that he's playing, the way that he is, the riffs that he's playing, at times sounding like a ladder, like descending or ascending a ladder, fitting to people leaving us when they pass away, but also fitting to this idea of trying to reach out to them. The footage going from the gravesite and the cemetery and that darkness to this shattered, broken home and this person or people standing outside of it, what looks like broken apart. When we lose someone we love, when we lose a child, your entire home is crumbling. Even if you already have children or you are married and you have a family or a home, you've lost a core part of yourself. You've lost a core part of your family, and your house feels incomplete. It feels broken. It feels like what you were trying to create, the family you wanted to have, the family you dreamed of, the home you were trying to build is shattered. It's broken. It's destroyed. It looks abandoned. You feel abandoned. Perhaps even this girl standing there in this, what could be that abandoned house, is standing there alone, right? All you have left to show is pieces. And as a person, as someone who loses a child, that is indescribable pain. When I lost my daughter and it was time to leave the hospital, they were so kind and thoughtful because they gave me a special memory box with the little gown that she had worn and the little cap that they had put on her head and her in my hospital bracelet. And they put it in this beautifully painted box for keepsake as a memoir that I still have to this day. But then they also gave me a teddy bear. There was a foundation that I guess would donate teddy bears so that the moms and dads didn't have to leave the hospital empty-handed. Because I tell you, that pain of not getting to hold your child is indescribable. And there's hope in thinking we will get to see them again. Sometimes I wonder what my daughter would look like at this point. She would have been 11 years old this year, and I picture her and I wonder what she would have been like. And if it wasn't for that situation in life, I wouldn't have my other daughter now. And I feel like so much of my story has been redeemed and comfort and healing has come out. I will never stop missing her. It'll always hurt, but the suffering has become less and hope has still come out of that despair. God has redeemed all of that. And I have children now, I have a family and a home. And I know that there's hope. So if you've lost someone, I want to speak life into you. You can breathe again. That a time can come again when you can breathe again. It'll never stop hurting. You'll never stop missing them. But they're okay. For me, a big message I needed to hear was that it was not my fault. There was so much blaming and shaming and guilt involved. I felt like if I would have, should have, could have, there was fear involved. I just wanted her to be okay. It was my job to make sure she was okay, and I couldn't do that anymore. She wasn't here for me to ensure she was okay. And so I longed to be told that she is okay. So if you've lost someone, I just want to encourage you, regardless of what you believe faith-wise, if they go to heaven or if there's nothing after death or you go back to the universe and are back reunited with the stars or energy, whatever your beliefs, I want to speak comfort into your heart that your little one is okay. He's okay. She's okay. Because as a parent, you want to protect your child and there's this deep pain because you can't hold them. And so this instrumentation of this electric guitar sounds like weeping. It so beautifully communicates that suffering that we can't put in words. And if you know someone who's lost, maybe you feel helpless at times because you don't know how to be there for that person. My encouragement would be there for them. Don't look for the perfect words. Don't wait till you think it's better. Unless they clearly communicate, to leave them alone, but just be present with them. And to me personally, at least, I would say don't be afraid to mention that loved one that has gone. I don't want to speak for everyone. For some, that might not be comforting, but for me, it meant so much to me when people showed me they haven't forgotten. So this arrangement, the notes being used to the riffs, are such a beautiful reflection of when someone leaves, right? They ascend, if you will, right? Glowing up the stairs, but also this desire for us who've been left behind, trying to reach out for them, trying to connect. This video is just so cool. The lightning here, earlier even on the ground amongst the tombstones, right? Energy, this desire to be connected perhaps. And now here the builds, the crescendo. Reach. You see the woman on the other side of the window? Perhaps his wife or someone they lost. Heartstrings into infinity. Wow. Wow. And then the picture of the people with their babies or their kids. Wow. Wow. That guitar playing skill was dope, okay? I play acoustic guitar, just the basics. I'm no professional guitar player, but that was good. I mean, the way those riffs, the way he was running up and down, the riffs, the notes that were being used here, it was so emotional. It really fit this idea of loss. Like I said earlier, crying, wailing, that pain, that suffering. When the drums came in, building this crescendo, which is so fitting to grief, right? It's not linear. Things picked up, things got more dramatic. Then they settled down again and they were more reminiscent. Then it got intense again. That's what grief looks like. It comes in waves and it brings anger and it brings sadness and it brings denial and it brings all these different feelings that are unbearable, because it's this, I feel like it's the hardest thing when someone dies, especially a child, because we're supposed to not go before our children. But in any death of a loved one, it's such a heavy topic because there is no perfect closure. Even when you have closure, even when you get to say goodbye after a long, full life, the topic of death is a heavy one. And there's a lot of anxieties involved in our death. And we use religion, we use faith to give us hope for the afterlife because we don't know what is to come. We can't prove it. There's a level of faith. There are those who have experienced, near-death experiences and those who claim they know. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is faith and hope. And hope is a powerful, powerful thing. But death, because it's such a big question mark and there are no easy answers, and because there's a lot of varying opinions about it, is a heavy, hard topic. So when we come face to face with it due to our own illnesses or due to the loss of a loved one, it shakes us to the core. And this song, the composition, the musical arrangement, his guitar playing skills just beautifully convey the grief, in my opinion, those feelings, that suffering, but also that plea trying to reach out to the loved one, and the lightning, the way it was both in the sky and amongst the tombstones, to me just fit because it fits emotionally lightning being intense, the storm, right? When someone dies, it is a storm of life. Lightning also being electricity and light. It is a force to be reckoned with just as much as death is. It is something that leaves us feeling helpless, right? You don't want to get struck by lightning. But at the same time, light and energy, both in the sky and on the ground, made me feel this idea of it's all connected. We're all part of this universe and this world. And even though people go into the ground when they're buried and their bodies go into the ground, often many religions, many people hope and believe our spirits go up. So this idea of looking up, reaching into the sky is so fitting to death and the way that we picture souls ascending, right? We often look up into the clouds, not down into the ground necessarily. The contrast between the tombstones on the grave and the lightning in the sky and the universe and the galaxy, it was just took us through these layers, right, of life and death, looking up, reaching, different people looking up, longing to reach out to their loved ones. This person now stretching their hand out as the chord progression was increasing, as the song's composition was increasing in crescendo, to then get to that point of being reminded that we are connected, that they're not lost forever. Our heartstrings are tied infinitely, as that quote said in the end. This idea of them being out there, right, in the beautiful galaxy, in space. They're not lost forever. We're still connected somehow. That pathway that was opening up into heaven for a second almost looked like a cross or various perhaps religious symbols. I'm not sure. But then this idea of being reconnected, it looked like perhaps two people embracing, maybe this hope that we will get to see our loved ones again. Just masterful done from the musical composition to the music video. And it was awesome that there were no lyrics whatsoever. So much emotion, so much psychology, so much depth here, and not one single word spoken. Isn't that amazing? And I think I love that. And I think I want to share this with this big channel. I usually don't promote up-and-coming artists on this main channel. I do that with my RR Requests channel. But I wanted to showcase this here, not only to honor this artist and to honor Queen Survivor and her precious daughter, and to honor their little grandson and son whom they have lost, and all of you, anyone who's suffered. I wanted to showcase it here because I want to support this artist, but I also want to bring comfort to you. And this is what this channel is all about: music and psychology and so much more, healing and growth. I want to bring something like this beautiful piece of work, piece of art to you, to comfort you, to encourage you that you are not alone in your suffering, to encourage you to reach out, even to your fellow humans. We long to reach out to those we've lost. We want to know they're okay, but also reach out to those around you, to those who are still here with us among the living, that you don't have to suffer alone. And there's no easy answer. I wish I could just take your pain away and just tell you it's all just going to be fine. No, every storm runs out of rain, they say, but some storms last freaking long. And a lot of rain feels really heavy. And maybe you feel like you're standing out in the rain and your heart hurts. I want to honor you. I want to honor your loved one. And I want to just comfort you that there is hope, and that morning will come and the sun will rise again. And I don't know, I wish I could say the right thing, but I guess I could just sit here and hurt with you because I understand, because I've been there in my own way. But so much has been redeemed. God has restored so much in my life, and good days are still ahead. So keep breathing, even if just for the next 5 seconds. Take a deep breath, and the next 5 seconds after that, keep choosing life. And that's also another way we can honor those who've come and gone before us, and we can cherish their memory, and a piece of them can keep living on inside of us. Cherish the day. It feels frustrating sometimes to see how the world keeps turning, even when our world stopped. There's a beautiful song in German, a song by one of my favorite German bands called Glasshouse. Cassandra Steen is one of my favorite German singers, and she sings this song where she says, Und die Welt dreht sich weiter, und dass sie sich weiter dreht, ist für mich nicht zu begreifen. Merkt sie nicht, dass einer fehlt? Haltet die Welt an, es fehlt ein Stück. Haltet die Welt an, sie soll stehen. And it's this idea of someone stopped the world. It keeps turning, even though my world has come to an end. It doesn't make sense. The world keeps turning and people just keep going about their life. But I want you to know that you are not forgotten and your little one isn't. So I just pray for comfort over your heart today, and I hope you know you're loved. I'll see you on the next ride. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe and go check out the link below right now to 15th Bend and support their work. I'll see you on the next ride.